I think I'm having some camera trouble. Sorry for all the wonk. Not trying to do that to you guys. I really am not. But I think that the camera, I wanted to change the orientation of this, but I don't think it's going to let me go, long, which is the way I prefer to do this on YouTube. Well, imagine that. I'm so sorry about that. Well, welcome. Hello. Happy Friday. We're creating in the Junky Junk Journal, which is that gift bag journal. I'm just loving how bright this is. I love the pages so much. I'm super excited about it. We did do this spread last week. That was part 3. So if you haven't seen this video, you certainly can go back here on YouTube and watch it. This is a YouTube exclusive project. It's only happening on YouTube. I may give a sneak peek here or there on Facebook just to show people what we're doing over here. But this is for you. This is specifically for you. I'm going to see if I can grab the feed and make sure it's actually working. So just give me a second to check into that because I can't see any comments. There, I think I found it. I can't see any comments. That was quick, but I still can't see comments. There you guys are. Hey, Janet, how are you, friend? Hello, hello. Hey, Vicky, good morning, Kim. Happy Friday. Were you guys excited about us working on this project today? Can you see the table well enough? Should I? Seems like I should get you down lower. Okay, this is what we did the first time. Oh, I really dislike this up and down screen. I wish I could change it, but it didn't look like it was an option on my end. Hey, Stacy, thanks for being here. Hello, hello. Have you all been, been abreast or like know that we've been working on this one? This is a gift bag. The handles just make it so obvious, right? Here's a gift bag that my son got, and that we kind of cut it down and taped it down to make it a book. It has 2 signatures in it. And then here is the gusset of the bag that I just taped down. I probably will do something clever with that when I get there, but I'm not there yet. This one I am going to do in chronological order, like add pages chronologically. So part 1 and part 2, we did the cover and the signatures. Now part 3, we added these daily junk things in here. And I just wrote a little note to myself here. A great weekend of family time and wrestling. Go Firebirds. This was a wrestling tournament that my son had, and we were out of town for it. I still feel like you guys are really far away. We were out of town for this wrestling tournament. So we have like the room key to the hotel, the rules and regulations of, all the referee signals for the tournament, the little soap, the little soap box, because I thought it was so cute, from the hotel. This little card, it's like an ATC card. It was in the stands the second day that we went back. And I was like, what? How could there be a little card? So I had to grab it. And of course, I'm not going to use it. I put it in. This journal is for like these kind of little keepsakes, these kinds of things that make me happy. I can't be the only one. Do you guys save things like this on the regular? Do you save tickets and stubs and, menus and little memorabilia like that? Hey, Ruth, how are you? Hey, Denise. She's with her grandson at the clinic because he's not feeling well. It's just the normal cred. Oh, well, God bless him that he feels better, Denise. I hope it turns around really quickly. Hey, Mary Lonovac. So does anybody else save these things? I'm going to grab the things that are going in here today. So I got my bin. It's because I've started a bin for this project. Now, this is a gel that my mother-in-law sent to us to use for aches and pains. She's so sweet. 100% pain relief. And, the boxes, so I'm really into packaging. I love packaging. Box is real bright. I may put that in there. Now, here's another wrestling thing. We had senior night the other night. I don't mean for what's going in here to be all about Landon, but it's like the end of the season. And I have not gotten out of the house much. I'll be totally honest with you because I've been with so much pain. I'm not leaving the house a lot. The only time I am leaving, I haven't gone to any of Landon's away activities since that tournament in Bismarck. But this was at home. This was senior night. And so I grabbed the two things that they gave out at senior night, the 2 pamphlets. And then, of course, they, you know, they give those out. And then this is what they posted about Landon on the Facebook page for the team. They did senior highlights or senior spotlights. And this was Landon's senior spotlight. It just kind of said when he started wrestling, his favorite memory, one thing he won't miss about it, one thing he will miss about wrestling, and his biggest takeaway from wrestling. And then it says, good luck, Landon. So I went onto Facebook because I thought I would love to have this in this book. Went onto Facebook and I printed it in 2 different sizes. I think we're going to end up using the smaller one. And I thought it might be a good way. I'm going to put this other stuff aside. I do have other things in here that I could add. But let's just see how much space we have with the wrestling stuff. And then maybe we'll add some more things to the page. This really matches this page. So I'm just going to kind of keep that in the wings too. Okay, so just we're going to flip a page and we're going to start a new page. I didn't think to date this page, so let me do that. I love having my little date stamper here because in my art journal pages, I always date stamp the page. So let's figure out what was last Friday. What was the date last Friday? It was the 2nd. So I'm going to put the date in here. We're on February 7th. Let's go to February, back to February 2nd. And I am going to stamp somewhere the date that I created this page. I usually put it toward the bottom or on the right along the edge. It's just kind of my standard. So I'm going to stick that right there just so I know when I put the page together. Does anybody else do this kind of junk journal? I would love to know, you guys. Does anybody else stick these kinds of ephemera, like daily junk, into a book? Let's see. So Kimberly, oh, now I see some more comments. I've been doing the same thing. Kimberly, what kinds of things do you put in it? She says, I put everything in my knitting bands from my yarn and chocolate wrappers, so candy wrappers. I have a ton of candy wrappers. They're so pretty. Ruth asks, is it possible to turn your phone? I cannot, Ruth. I tried. I tried and it wouldn't allow me. I had to go back out of the live to do it. So for this round, we're going to have to be the way we are. It is fun. So, Vicki, you keep this stuff together. Yeah. So I have this stuff floating around. I said that. I have this stuff floating around all over the house. Little notes that people have left me. Like if the kids leave me a little Post-it note on the table before they leave, I keep it sometimes because I'm kind of a sentimental fool that way. So all those things are floating around. I've started to put them in a plastic bin in my office so that I'll have them ready to go for this book. But I'm starting with the stuff that I have like immediately in front of me. And then I think after I do this for a while, because this is new, I will end up getting into a routine where I'll have a system for myself. I don't feel like I quite have a full system, but I'm trying. Stacy says, well, I do. Then my husband goes right behind without me knowing and throws those things away. Oh, I get after my husband, Stacy. My husband, hey, Janet, my husband does the same thing. He does the same thing to me, and it irritates the heck out of me. And I'll have to say to him, I'm leaving this on the counter for a reason. Do not throw this out. And it'll be like this. That clearly to most people is garbage. But I'll have to say to him, don't throw that out. I'm keeping that for a project because he doesn't know otherwise. Okay, we're flipping. We got cupcakes. They're so cute. Let's see what we got. I got to fit. I'm thinking I'm going to try to fit this within this 1.5 spread. And I want to keep this whole thing. Girls wrestling, boys wrestling. This is all Devil's Lake. This is our team. And then on the back, it has the JV, the junior varsity kids. I want to keep this whole thing. It has the date on it. This one is the pamphlet for the duel, meaning it tells you who was wrestling. So girls wrestling, these are the teammates, and these are like all the head the coaches, the statisticians, the stat kids, who the director, like it's this snapshot in time. Here's our school song, our school colors. So it has the school information on it. This is very typical at a high school event. They always have these handed out. The opposing team. So here's the girls wrestling, and they were wrestling the Fargo Stingers, and that's the Fargo Stingers wrestling team information. And then here's the boys, and there's Landon's name. They had 12th graders, 11th graders, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th graders. And then same thing, coaching information, like who the people are, what the school information is, and then who they were competing against. Now, if Landon is looking back at this someday, he may find it interesting to remember his classmates. I don't know that he'd be interested at all in who he was competing against. You have to decide, because unless I do this and I fold it up and I stuff it in a pocket, then I can keep the whole thing. Right? That's what I was planning on doing with this. And in fact, how are we going to do this, Gracie? This is the challenge of these pages. Get it on here, make it look cute. Oh, senior parent night. If I could get a little picture of Landon with me, wouldn't that be cute? All right, let's see. I just bought myself some new paper clips. Hold on, let me get that box. I just got some stuff, new stuff out of from Amazon, and I wanted some cutesy paper clips. And what I didn't know when I bought these, let's open them up. Right, Stacy? You get where I'm coming from, girl. I didn't realize when I bought these that they're round, so they just look like doodly, like round doodles. How do you open this thing? But they have it's like a G. It's almost like a G in the middle. Can you see that little G? Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. I'm so excited. I didn't even realize that when I bought them, but we could do like a cutesy clip on here. I'm going to cut this down and see. I don't think I'll be able to use the big one, but let's get the small one cut down. And I don't need it to be uber straight. I don't need to use my cutter. I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors here. And I may end up cutting these apart. Right now, I'm just going to get them down smaller so I can see what am I going to fit in here and how. Because I don't really have a plan. I got to make a plan with this. But it helps me a lot if I can get all that other white paper off. It's not going to fit like that. But if I cut off this, I get it down as tight as I possibly can. We're closer and we're not quite there. I don't want to cut the words, but I might have to cut these apart. This would make a really cute little pocket. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's cut the two photos out on their own, and then we're going to cut them down and make them a little pocket for all this stuff. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the white stuff around the edges as much as possible. And I don't care if it doesn't bother me in the least that it's not straight, that it's a little wonky, because to me it's handmade. This is my Junky junk journal. It's not meant to be the same as a scrapbook. It's just not meant to be that formal. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to cut off the white. Right above the chat box on the left side, above the X is a rectangle shape that fixes your picture so you can see it bigger. Stacy, thank you for tipping everybody into that. If you haven't read that in the comments, read Stacy's comment there. I'm looking to see if there's a way I can like ask to make it star it or do something to it. No, I can pin it. I'm going to pin your message, Stacy, if you don't mind. Just so that, because that gives everybody a little clue as to how to, you know, Stacy, are you on YouTube a lot? I am on YouTube sharing content a lot, and I go live on YouTube, and I watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't see a lot of people go live on YouTube. Do you guys see people go live? This is still too wide. So I'm going to cut these in half, and we're going to do something here to make this a pocket. Maybe I can overlap them a little bit like this. Then I can make a pocket out of that. See that? Since these are going to end up getting taped together, I'm going to glue them down on a piece of, like another piece of paper, like a piece of cardstock or something. So I have this, I always have this watercolor paper right next to me. This way it'll give it a smooth back to this pocket. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's do this. Or do we want to go this way? And it has to, I still want it to be narrow enough that it fits within this dimension here. Now, this is already cut a little wonky. I kind of would like it a little more, this base to be a little bit straighter. So let's see if I can get this right. I need it to be like, that wide would be good. I have been doing a lot more in the Craft Therapy Club on Facebook, and then here. That's like not on the right line right there, so that's a little annoying. It's not lining up exactly on one of these 1/4 inch marks. But I've been doing a lot more in terms of sharing how to use your books that you make. Because one of the most common questions I see is, what do you do with these junk journals? Like, now that you have it, what do you do with these junk journals? So I've been trying to show you more of that. Okay, now that I have that to size, then I know how, or you know, how I can glue these on here, how they're going to fit. I'm just trying to decide which one to overlap. This one has that, you know, the darkened edges around the photo. I hate to lose it, but we're going to have to lose that a little bit. And this is very wonky. I mean, I don't mind wonky, but that's really wonky. So let me just see if I can fix that a little bit. It's going to look like this. Yep, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Easy peasy, right? And I might pull on some washi tape to do something with some washi tape. You watch live on YouTube all the time. So who are some of the people, like what kinds of things are you watching on YouTube live? Is it fitness stuff? Is it cooking stuff? Is it musicians? Is it, you know, relaxation? Is it health, you know, health talks? Is it crafting? Share, please share, because we would love to know what you're doing. Stacy is on her phone. Jessica Wilson does. So she's, tell us the name of Jessica's page, because I don't remember. Jessica and I actually are both Chocateur. Chocateur, folks. I'm going to tighten this up a little, and I'm going to put it toward the bottom. So it's going to have that excess on the top, and I'm either going to washi tape that or we'll cut it off. Making a little landing pocket here. This is exciting. You guys, you know what I have to start doing that I haven't started yet? I'm going to cut a little bit more off here. I need to start his graduation open house stuff, like preparing the pictures and anything that we want to display for graduation open house. I'm nervous about that. Can you imagine that I'd be nervous? But I am a little nervous about that. Some people go like way, way over the top, out of the way to do, like they order huge, like life-size stand-up photos that cost hundreds of dollars. They of their kids, of the graduate, and they do like blinking, you know, huge blinking metal letters with the kid's name or the graduation year. And I'm like, geez Louise, I do not want to spend $1,000 on an open house party for this kid. I would really love for that $1,000 to go to his college education. So I'm very torn about this. Like, I want the kid to have an open house that's wonderful, but man, oh man, I do not want to have to keep up with the Joneses, because some of them do some really amazing stuff. Stacey watches journaling. You watch it live. Tell us who you're watching live, because I would love to see who they are. Kim watches knitting podcasts, book reviews, quilting podcasts, and a few crafty people, gals. YouTube, I watch a ton of honesty more than Facebook. Yeah, but Kim, tell us who is live. Creating with Jessica Wilson. So Monica, thank you for that. Stacy said Jimmy Lou did a live the other night. All right, see, we got wonky. We got really wonky right there. There's a little bit of glue there, but I'm okay. I'm just gonna line this up and make that just a little bit more straight. Just a little bit. it's not so bad. I don't mind if it's not perfectly straight, but that was pretty wonky. Okay, let's get our book back and see how do we want to do this. So this, I hope this fits in there. It will. That'll fit in there like that. This it just could be, I would love for it to be able to, us to be able to pull it out and look at it at points. And then it shows the senior parent night there. But what do I do with this little stinker? It's too, oh no, I thought it was too wide, and it's not. Okay, think, Grace. If I go up even further, let's get you paper clipped back where you were, because I think you're just gonna go like this. This doesn't have to be super hard. We can make this really easy on ourselves. I'm gonna add 2 paper clips to this one to really hold it down, because it's still kind of wanting to bend. Flop open, you know, so let's do this. Like that. Get on there. Oh, actually, look at the other way. Talk about being fussy. Like that. So that they're kind of symmetrical. And then on the other side, you'll see the G. All right, there. If I move this up, is there room for this? And for this? And for this? I'm really packing this full, aren't I? The other option is to put him here around the cupcakes. Wouldn't he love that? But then I have this big blank space, which I don't like. I would rather have it all on one, even if it's overlapping. What do you think? You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to glue this back here. So it'll be on the page, and once you pick this up, it's going to be sitting there like that, and then we can stuff that back in, if that makes any sense. So let's just glue it back there. More glue needed. I needed to like unscrew it so more came up. I really wish I could remember their pages, but they are mostly from across the pond. Is that what that says? Across the pond, yeah. They are junk journalers. Okay. Well, thanks for trying. I appreciate it, Stacy. Thanks for sharing what you did. I love chatting, and I love sharing. Like, if you find, that's why I do Guest in the Nest over on the Facebook page, because I love finding new creatives and then sharing them with you, because you may not be interested, but you may be really interested in what they have to offer and what they do and what their personality is like. So I love to be able to share that with you guys, and I love when you share with me too. Okay, see how I did the paper clips or staples? I think I want to do that same thing, because if I glue it down, I just feel like these are more flexible and easier to use. So let's do it. Let's glue or staple, whatever. They're purple. He'll love that. Purple staples under him. Okay, now this is going to go here. The last time I did this for this lion, this red one, here, look at, see how these things are flying out? This is why we need more paper clips, and I actually grabbed these ones too. I got these at Walmart, but for this, because it's so chunky and big, I'm just going to use a big silver one here, and I'm going to clip these. Maybe I'll just clip them to the pocket like that, so they don't fly around so much. Okay, give them a little control. Here, I could go get the big I would have to get the big stapler, which is just across the room, but I would staple here and here. That's what I did last time. The staples are nice because it gives you that like really big pocket. If you stick the really big, thick, heavy, chunky thing in there, see how it's up off the paper quite a bit, and then you staple it down, it's gonna give that concave enough room there for this big thing to stick it in and out. If you use glue, you don't have that flexibility. So the last time I did this, I used the long arm. I'm gonna go grab it again. I had to use long arm because my little stapler, this little tiny arm here, it won't get all the way to here. And I want this staple not to be facing this direction. I want it that direction. So I get the long arm, the big daddy, and we're gonna stick it in there and we're gonna staple. So I'm gonna move this out of the way because I just know where I'm gonna staple. I just gotta get the positioning right. I think I have to pick it up because this right here is getting in the way with the pages together like that. So I think I have to pick it up and try to get it as close to the edge of the picture as possible. It's a little cumbersome, but we can do it, girls. So there's my staple in there. Now, before I do this side, I'm going to stick this in here because I want it, see how it's open like that? I want to leave enough room for that to be in there. So we're going to do it like that. There we go. And purple and green, they're purple and green staples, and I'm totally cool with that. Totally cool with that. Okay, easy page. Used a very little glue, very little supplies actually. I am going to date stamp it, and then let's see about what to do here, because that's very busy, right? I think it's very busy. Sonic Garden Upcycle. Crazy. There's a little heart on my screen that's covering like that word after crazy. It's crazy something lady. Oh, there it is, lamp lady. A lot of Facebook crafters go live on YouTube. I don't know who they are, Janet. If they are, I'm not seeing them. They're just not in my YouTube like mix or whatever. Like they're just not there. Okay, this is not February 2nd. Today is the February 9th. So I got to change the date. There we go. Okay, that side's done. I'm so thrilled with this, you guys. I can't even tell you, because these are all the things that get lost in the shuffle. Like they end up staying in my glove compartment for a long time, or in my purse for a while, and then I'll pull it out and put it in the top drawer of my desk, or in the top drawer, like the junk drawer in the kitchen. So I'm just thrilled that they're all in one place. Kind of like a scrapbook, but it's not as formal as scrapbooking in the old days, like when I used to do it when the kids were real little. It felt more formal than this. You were like you put a lot more effort in all these pages. Now here, just random stuff from this time period in my life. Like this is a random thing from this time period in my life. So let's cut this down and see. Despite the fact that I don't love orange, I really like that thing. That little symbol there. I know it's hard to see. It's very faint on the packaging. But it's more about like remembering that I got this from Nana. That's the bigger thing. So what would I want to keep? And there's no rule, right? Like, I love the thing that says live more, hurt less. It says live more here and hurt less there. We have to keep that. We got to get that in here somehow. So the rest of it can go, but I like this part, and I like the live more, hurt less. That's the goal. So Chris we both, I don't know. If you're over 50, I'm guessing everybody has a few aches and pains. We both. Chris's shoulder, he has like rotator cuff pain, and he has some elbow pain going on. Look at how cute those are. How would I fit this all on here? And then for me, you've heard my story a million times, all the pain that I deal with. So she sent this to us, which was very sweet of her to do that. And I was just thinking, since the colors are very vibrant and kind of match the whole vibe of this book, I'm getting rid of the chunkiest parts, like the thickest parts of the packaging. Like, I don't need to keep that unless you want to work it into the design of the page. But I think I'll do something like this. And then I'm going to get rid of this, like I said. How can I think I'm just going to cut these down. Let's see what happens here, what we get. They're just opposite each other. Be cute to like put them on a bulb pin and just have them dangling down from the page. That would be really cute. Let's do that. They're the same height. Just about. Yeah, if I poke holes in this and then put like a little pin, wouldn't that be cute? Let's do it. I actually really enjoy like the process of trying to figure out, the challenge of trying to figure out how to work all this stuff in. So I'm just gonna, these are just gonna get glued or stapled. They can get stapled down. I am not hugely committed to using up all my glue. Okay, I can't staple for all that, right? So I do have to use some glue here. We can start by gluing this thing down because that's gonna go in the back. Some thick tacky glue here. And I may need to use some kind of clamp to hold it down. So these big ones are really good for that. They're big and chunky, right? I just have to see if I can get it around what's behind it. There, hold down all parts of that. There's so much on these pages that they want to separate from one another. So we need to do that so that the glue sticks. And this one's going to go here, but I probably will either position it lower than this line here or higher. But I see how this line for this one piece of board is here. I wouldn't line them up together. That's just me. I would either go lower or higher. And I think I'll go lower. I'm going to cut a little bit more off this edge. The challenge of fitting it all and making it look cute. That's what I love. Oh my gosh, you guys, so many comments I'm missing. Let me go back. Let me go back. Hey, Vicky. On weddings around here, they often carry in meals with picture posters, tables decorated with high school paraphernalia and colors. Not a huge amount of money spent. On weddings around here, they carry in meals with picture posters. Yeah, a lot of the people here, Vicky, they do some really fancy stuff. They must be looking at Pinterest pages or something. That must be what's happening. It would be good, since this is already here, if I could get the glue on this thing and get it in there too, because that could be holding both of them down. So I'm going to slip this out for a minute and glue this one down as well. Yeah, I'm not interested in making it a stressful situation for me. I know that Landon does not give a hoot about stuff like that. He will not in the least feel disappointed or let down if he wouldn't even think about it. It's not even something that would be on his mind. Like, I didn't do enough. Like, he's not that kind of kid. He doesn't get into that kind of stuff. And my husband is the same way. So there's no wonder my children are that way. This right here still wants to come up. So I'm going to grab a little clip and it's just ugly before it's pretty. We just got to hold all this down so that it will stay and the glue will work. Okay. I'm going to approach one more from the top without squishing my line there. Come on, you. Don't be giving me trouble. There. Now let's do I'm going to poke little holes in here and we're going to use a bulb pin. Maybe I'll find a little piece of fabric or something cute to put along with it. But let's just get the holes in first. You know me. I don't care if they're like perfectly aligned. You can use this as your template though if you wanted to be perfectly aligned. All right, there we go. 2 holes in it. I'm going to grab a bulb pin, but it would be cute to put some kind of like some other dangly on there. So let me see what I have. Oh, it was graduation parties. Yeah, I don't think Landon will care at all. But they're definitely, I do feel a little pressure like, oh my gosh, the moms are going to be doing all these amazing things. I'm not going to be that mom. I told Landon already, I'm like, kid, mama doesn't have time. I think I'm going to go with straight silver here. He doesn't care. I think it's probably just more me thinking people don't think I'm doing a good job. It's like the judgment thing. Like you're worried that people are going to judge you. I want to keep it super simple, but I pulled out all of his stuff, you guys. All of his stuff, graduation, like kindergarten through 12th grade stuff that I've been putting in file cabinets. Where did the little things go? Here they are. I grabbed them all. All right, we're just going to put these on there and see. Like, that is going to be so cute. What else can I put on there? Like a little piece of fabric, do you think? Or a piece of ribbon? Throw out some ideas at me. Like what? Give me some ideas of what you could put on that little pin. That's a fun idea. Using fishing spinners. Hey, Crafty Peep. Hello, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Does it show for you at all on screen how many people are with us? Because it's not showing me. Oh, yes, okay, on my camera that I'm broadcasting from, it says 13 people. It does not show it on the one, on my computer where I'm looking like you would be looking. All right, I don't think there's anything in this bin that would make sense for this page, but I'm going to pull it out and just give a quick peek anyway. I have a couple of sections that are Christmas. I have a lot of like keys and crowns, like a little key, but that does it make sense? I don't know what this set is. I don't know where I got these or what they are. So let's just take a peek. There's a little tree, there's a little rose, there's a crown, there's a butterfly. It has to make sense for a boy, right? There's a bicycle, there's a cross, there's a little lucky shamrock. It's this page has Lennon on it, so I'm feeling like it should be something boy-y. Boy-y. Is boy a word? There's a little Eiffel Tower. That's hilarious. There's a turtle. There's a hand. Okay, what does this hand represent? Is it like a chakra? Is that a hand or what is that? I thought it was a hand at first. Maybe it's not. Because there's 2 of those. There's 2 of those. That could definitely make sense on a page about wellness. There's a little owl. I don't know where I got these guys. I may have bought them. I may have been gifted them. I don't remember. There's a cross. Dragonfly. What is this? Looks like a little animal. An elephant. Another hand. Okay, this hand makes even more sense because it really looks like a hand. Okay, let's use the little hand. And then, I know it doesn't match, so I have a silver pen, I'm gonna have a gold hand, but I'm gonna look through my little bits and bobs for a piece of lace or little frilly fabric just to add some texture to this page like that. Stacy watches journaling. Oh, I gotta go back. Okay. Do you have a charm? No, I don't, Vicky. I don't have a charm for wrestling. No, I don't. But I was thinking something that I would have on hand, right? Like fabrics, ribbons, doilies, stuff like that. So let's see. This page has a lot of orange and a lot of pink. Let me just see if there's any ribbon in here that makes any sense. Not red, although red would stick out, wouldn't it? There's this little bit of green. And it's all curled up and it matches this page and it matches some of that. So we're going to use that. I don't know if we'll use all of that. It might be too big, but we can use a chunk of that. See, I try to make it really easy. Don't overthink it too much. So what if I stuck this on here? and stuck this on here. That's really cute. And I can cut this down, the little green thing. Now I have to decide where exactly do I want to pin this. I should have gone the other way. What was I thinking? Let's go this way. Half of it is I can't see that close with my eyes. So when it's taking me a hot minute to do it, where do I want this to hang on this page? It's really hard to visualize with all this stuff on here. I think I'm just going to stick it right here because it'll pop through the page, and I can closure it at the top. You could put a brad there if you're worried about it ripping. I'm not worried about it ripping. This is very thick cardstock, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to test these and see, are they stuck down without the help of this, so you can get a real feel for what this page looks like. I think they're pretty good. I think it's stuck down pretty well. I think I will also, can't hurt to add some reinforcements. A Hamza hand is a religious medal protecting Islam, Jewish, and Hand of Fatima. I don't know, is that what that is? Janet, I have no idea if that's what I was showing you a minute ago. Oh no, if I do this, it's going to come through here, and I don't want that. So no, I'm not doing that. Change my mind. You can always change your mind, girls. Change my mind on that. Okay, it's a spread. It's a spread. It does, to me, in my mind's eye, this whole project, I am not looking for this to be super logical or sensible. It's about keepsaking the things that I like to keep, like packaging and these kinds of ephemera, they call it. You know, all this ephemera, these things that came from these wrestling tournaments. This is what this book is about. So when I flip over here in my bin, I have, like, this is the most recent advertisement radio ad that we did for Monstalon. My husband's company is a landscaping and hydroseeding company, and we do the local ads on the local radio. And so this was the write-up of the most recent local ad. So she gives us, the ad exec gives us this. We go into the radio station, we record it. We laugh so hard. It is so much fun. So I kept this, and I'm sure I have the other one somewhere. I just don't know where. But then see, coffee, the coffee that we drink. This is from the most recent chiffon that I bought. So all of these little things, I've been throwing them in here because I love the packaging. Food packaging is so bright, and it's perfect for this. It's perfect for this kind of journal. I did keep in this bin also all the remnants from making the book cover and the pages, because these I could pull from and use on the inside of these pages if I'm ever looking for like more paper to make another fold out or an envelope or something. I do keep this in the bin too, the leftovers from making the cover, so that if I ever need matching papers, they're all right there. So let's see, do I want to write anything? So in this one, I wrote here. This one, I should write something, gift from Nana or something. So I'm going to do that on this page. Here, I don't have to write anything because it's all in this ephemera. All right, so here, I kind of need a place to write something. So I'm tempted to get a piece of, first of all, I could use like a little heart-shaped paper and write on that. It would just make it stand out more. So again, I'm going to go back to my bin. These are my leftovers. I'm going to see first if I have any like tiny leftovers, so I don't have to punch into one of those big ones. All these candy wrappers smell so good, you guys. All right. No, I don't have any tiny pieces of leftover paper other than the cupcake. Look at this cupcake paper. That's the same as this page, and it is double-sided. So I'm going to flip it, make a pink heart, Let's make a heart out of this. And then I'll use this to write something about Nana. Perfect. In fact, I would stuff right there. I could glue it down right in there because that did not glue down right there. Or where would we want to put it? I'm just figuring out where I think it would stand out real well. Could go right there. That would be really cute right there. You put it anywhere you want. You can attach it to your little dangle, like, but you see how those little extra papers, they really do come in handy for coordinating things and making sure your pages are all matchy-matchy if that's important to you. Okay, I'm gonna glue this here, but I gotta write something on it. I got my little black pen here. I have another one right here, so I don't have to take it out of the paper clip. And I'm just gonna write gift from Nana. And we'll glue that down. Is your screen frozen? I hope not. You forget the name. It's for protection. Gotcha. I hadn't heard of it, of course, before, so thank you for telling me. A fleur-de-lis would look good. Where, Stacy, where should I use a fleur-de-lis? Oh, do you mean up on here? I got the little hand, which makes me think of wellness. Which this reminds me, I should have gotten back. My girlfriend messaged me this morning, messaged me and another friend, and she said, I'm going to go to yoga at 12. Does anybody want to go with me? And I knew, I was like, yeah, I wish I could, but I'll be live with you guys. So I knew that was not going to be a possibility. But I forgot to message her back and say that. So I need to send a little message to my girlie going to yoga. All right. What do you think? Are you liking it? I'm excited. I'm really excited about this book, you guys, and I'm excited to share. This is part 4 of this book. I'm going to keep adding every week on Fridays. We're going to add more to this book. So if you're intrigued by this, if you're like, you know, maybe this is something I could do. If you're just intrigued or you want more ideas, if you're already doing it and you want some more ideas on different ways that you can decorate your pages, I hope you'll follow along and hang out with me on Fridays. I am also here on YouTube dropping more exclusive content, that exclusive meaning you're not going to see it on Facebook. It's only for YouTube, with the hope of just developing more of a presence here on YouTube and getting to know more people over here on YouTube. So I hope you'll hit, when you go to the page, of course, you know, subscribe to the page, hit like on this video. That really does help. When you comment, it really does help us out a lot. But make sure you hit the little bell and ask for all notifications, because if you don't do that, you're only getting some notifications from the page. And that's the same on every page or channel on YouTube. So make sure you hit the little bell and ask for all notifications, please, if you don't want to miss anything. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, thank you for being here, hanging out with me today for part 4 of the journal. I know I still need to finish this. I need to do something with this intro page, and I just am not sure yet. I'm not ready to do that. So I kind of feel like it's like the cover. I skipped that page so that I would have like a page to do an intro, and I just need to put more thought into how I want that to look. But for now, we're filling pages, and look at how chunky already. That's just two days, 2 sessions, and this is going to be a chunky book. That is another reason why I waited to do the cover, because I will put some sort of closure on this, but until it's all together, I don't know what kind of closure it will be. So I just kind of saved that for something to do toward the end. It just seems to make the most sense to me. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Love you all. Take care. Okay, now I got to figure out how to stop the live feed. You guys, I have to figure it out. Sorry about that. Yes, I want to stop.